Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight, it looks like Shona has obtained us a bottle that we've wanted to get our hands on for a good while.
I did. Thankfully, we have a great follower and lives in Texas. Doug, thank you very much. He was able to help hook us up with this bottle of Old Forester King Ranch that we will be reviewing as soon as we come back.
Okay, everyone, we're back with King Ranch from Old Forester. Shona, what do you know about this?
So, what I do know is that it is 105 proof.
Nice.
No, okay, so this is a collaboration between Old Forester and King Ranch, which is over 800,000.
825,000 acres.
25,000 acres.
South Texas.
In Texas. It's only available in Texas. I'm not sure of the mash bill on this, but I'm pretty sure it's probably one of Old Forester's regular mash bills. And what they do is they take that and they get the mesquite charcoal, the mesquite wood that's turned into charcoal off of King Ranch to run it, to filter the whiskey through to create this collaboration and come up with this product.
So if anybody knows for sure what the mash bill is, if this is say a 1910 or a 1920, drop us a comment and let us know, because we honestly don't know. We should have researched that. Yeah. I apologize.
I do know that I've heard really good things about this. Doug liked it. Mark likes it a lot.
Yep.
I hear really good things about it. We've never had it. This is our first time tasting it. Over the last several months, we have identified really that we are very big Old Forester fans. Every one that we've had is really good. Old Forester is owned by the Brown-Forman Company, which also owns Jack Daniels. So they have experience, the whole company has experience with that charcoal filtering process because Jack Daniels filters their whiskey. However, they do not use mesquite wood. They use, I think, is it a sugar maple, I think, wood?
I believe.
To charcoal wood to filter theirs. So it's not a new process. I think, they've had experience on this. I'm sure it's delicious, and I'm anxious really, really to taste it.
Well, let's do that. Let's try it, and then you can talk. So it's a little spicy on the nose.
It smells just like an Old Forester. I want to say probably I was expecting maybe a little smoke on the nose, but I'm not getting that. It really does smell almost like the Old Forester 100, the 1910. But I am getting some chocolate notes on the nose. Very sweet nose as well. Maybe a little tobacco. The nose is great, honestly.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of sweet, but it's spice forward for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking up tobacco on the nose. A chocolate tobacco. Joking. All right.
Are ya? Very different.
Wow. It enters your palate like an Old Forester, honestly. But it is a lot different and so very good. It finishes with a cherry note. I want to sip it again, but
I'm getting a lot on the finish. I mean, aside from the spice, the heat, which I'm going to go ahead and say mesquite. I'm getting a lot of vanilla, I think, on the underside of it. I do get some sweetness, but it's not the typical brown sugar sweetness that I normally get.
It is full of flavor.
Some cinnamon in there.
I am getting, I'm trying to put my tongue on it. It is, you're right, it is a different sweetness. And it's not the brown sugar, but it is really sweet and it's so good, but I'm getting some tobacco definitely in it. It has a little drier note in it. That is, I would say it's the leather note. Finishes with a nice cherry. At the end, you're getting that smoky note. It's a little bit smoky.
Yeah.
And it kind of dries out my tongue a little bit, like drinking, for you a dry wine. It's kind of dry at the end, but it has that lingering cherry note. But I'm really trying to, I feel full of dark fruit flavors. It's fruity in the beginning.
For me, the sweetness, it's almost like if you would take a percentage of confectioner's sugar and vanilla and stir it together. Mm-hmm. For me, that's kind of what I'm getting for the sweetness,
yeah.
Like a confectioner's sugar.
I can see that. As you were saying that, I think it's apple. I'm getting apple, that fruity apple flavor.
Cinnamon apple.
For me, cinnamon apple. I am definitely getting the caramel that you get.
It's really interesting. It's unlike anything we've had. Do we know what MSRP is on that?
This is really, really good, smoky. At the end, I really like that smoke finish, like it's a cherry smoke almost. MSRP, I think it's around the $80 mark. I'm not 100% sure, so I apologize. I am thinking it's right around the 80s. Might be mid 80s.
Suggested retail price is $89.99.
Okay. It is. Okay, so we know the price. Would I buy this again? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderfully unique.
It is. It's unique.
And I'm probably going to catch a lot of hate for this because I hear good things. I would far rather have $89 in another bottle of that than I would the $100+ in another bottle of 1924.
100% agree. The 1910 is my favorite, honestly. I think it's right around the $60 range.
Yeah, I was going to say you're sub 100 by a great deal.
I can tell you now that this is probably my favorite Old Forester.
It's right up there for sure. I'd have to taste the others again, but I definitely that's a solid pour.
That is, we're going to have to move to Texas.
I don't know. There's a lot of things I can't get in Texas.
That's true. Hey guys, I don't know what this sells for on the secondary or anything like that. I'm not a big secondary fan. I would prefer to, find someone, help trade, do that kind of stuff.
As I was looking for the price for this, there's a lot of places I saw that had it for $159, $169.
Okay. So, I don't know if I would pay that much for it. It is really good, so I would suggest making a trip to Texas, or if you have any friends or family that lives in Texas, have them pick you up a bottle. From my understanding, this is an ongoing release. It's not one that it's one and done.
I know they had it last year because a lot of people that we have gotten to know in the community, bourbon community, have had this in previous years. I wish we wouldn't have waited so long to have it, but I'm glad we've had it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the mesquite and stuff like that, I'm not huge on barbecue. Okay, and when I hear of mesquite, I really truly think of barbecue. I'm not a big. I will eat barbecue. I'm not, absolutely against it, but I'm not like huge, like, oh, I can't wait to go get barbecue type person. And so I was worried that this would come off more smoky. For some reason, it was in my head. Like I wasn't sure if I'd like it. I was kind of nervous about it, honestly.
See, I don't feel like there's a lot of smoke. There is a little bit of smoke there, but we've had more smoke in other pours. But that mesquite is... you can't miss it.
It is good.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe how the flavors work. Just knowing the finish, you're going to get the mesquite.
Yeah, it's very flavorful. I would recommend, if you have an opportunity to get a bottle, I would get it, honestly.
Absolutely.
It's good, very good. Doug, again, thank you.
Thank you so much, Doug,
for getting that over to us. We really appreciate that. Thanks for living in Texas.
It's always nice to come home and find little treats like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, hey, great pour. I'm excited to finish this.
If you can get your hands on it, guys, and especially if you can get your hands on it for retail, if you know somebody that can help you out with it, it's definitely, in my opinion, and I think in Shona's, it's definitely worth the $89.
Yes.
We've got more in a lot more inferior bottles.
We absolutely do. I can tell you that if we are ever in Texas, we will be stopping at some stores to try to find this and to pick up several bottles, not just one.
Definitely. It's a solid pour.
It's definitely a solid pour.
So, I think with that being said, that's a win.
Definitely a win.
2 thumbs up.
Yes.
And speaking of which, guys, hit that thumbs up button.
Yeah.
Hit that thumbs up.
And the subscribe button.
Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. And drop us a comment.
Hey, and most importantly, don't forget, we have a live coming up this Friday.
Friday night.
We will be doing the Russell's line.
We will.
From Wild Turkey.
What we know we will have is, just going to give you all a little sneak peek, Russell's 10-year.
Which we have said several times.
We have. We're going to throw in some Russell's single barrel rye.
Which we've never had.
Never had. That's a new one here. And Russell's Reserve single barrel.
Again, never had.
Now, that's what we are providing for the show. We think we're going to have another added bottle. I'm not going to disclose a label at this point because I don't want to build it up for nothing.
No, it'll be here. We will be having the Russell's 13.
Russell's 13.
Which we have tasted but have never been able to obtain.
However, if I could get my hands on one, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
And you never know, we might sneak in a little surprise in there too.
Yeah, there is really another one that may be a surprise. We really don't know. I mean, we know what it would be, but we're not sure on it.
Yeah.
So, if it does make a debut, it's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome.
And so, also, we'll be giving away a bottle, so be sure to be there Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Have to be watching to enter.
Yep, but you do.
You have to still be watching to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you, and until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thank you.